right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme. The digital tides are icy, sharp and cold. Each post I see is weary, tired and old. I seek some warmth within the screen's pale lights, and long for comfort in the lonely night. Through night I scroll for answers I implore. I swipe and swipe and nothing's right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme. Dusk I'm lost adrift and feeling low. I seek escape, a path I do not know. Screens gleam yet energy begins to wane. Connections fade as daylight starts to drain. Through night I scroll for answers I implore. I swipe and swipe and nothing's right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme. The faces blur as endless streams take flight. In shadows deep, my questions take their bites. The virtual aid lines all are gone away. I search the dark, a flicker to convey. Through night I scroll for answers I implore. I swipe and swipe and nothing's right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme. Like mazes now, the social sites I roam. In hashtags lost, my spirit feels alone. My fingers type an endless tale of woe. Where is the light that can make answers glow? Through night I scroll for answers I implore. I swipe and swipe and nothing's right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme. The digital tides are icy, sharp and cold. Each post I see is weary, tired and old. I seek some warmth within the screen's pale lights, and long for comfort in the lonely night. Through night I scroll for answers I implore. I swipe and swipe and nothing's right, I'm sure. Stuck at dusk, a prisoner of time. All help I find is merely empty rhyme.
Hello. Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? I'm going to open up the comments here. If you want to say hi in the chat room, say hi. I am streaming right now on X, my preferred platform. I also am streaming on YouTube. So you can find the video there if you want, if that's your preferred platform, and then also on Facebook. So you can find me in any of those places, and make sure you say hi in the chat. I know there's some people tuning in, so make sure you say hi. We got Christopher in there saying hello. So make sure you say hi to him and to me. But, and this is just a fun hangout session here. Ask me questions if you want. It can be related to websites, they can be related to social media, and they can be related to content creation. That's probably my preferred categories to talk about, but I can go in other directions. That's fine too. So I can get derailed, and that happens frequently. So feel free to do that. And yes, hello to the lurkers. Show yourselves, show yourselves. I'm a nice person, you can say hi, and if you don't want me to show your comment, I won't show your comment, but the lurkers out there, you're always welcome. So, I love seeing your anonymous number, uh, on the screen here in front of me, so thank you for joining. But in the, this morning or this afternoon, I had a space today on X, which was amazing. It was a really good one. And we talked about personal work. That was like the overall theme. And it got me thinking about a lot of things. We went a lot of different directions with it. And that recording you can find everywhere you're watching this. So probably the easiest place to find it would be on YouTube. And I have a playlist with the recording in my playlist on my YouTube channel. So you can find that there if you listen to the recording, or if you are on X, you can go to my profile and find the recording and listen to it. So it's like an audio thing. You're on headphones, or you're doing dishes or whatever, and it's a good time. So I wanted to touch base on some of those topics because it was pretty cool, and now I have to figure out what I wanted to say. So the idea of personal work, so making it for yourself, and how that applies to content creation on social media and how much to put out there. And if it's a good idea to put it out there, or if it's better to just show client work, depending on what you're trying to, um, what your account's about, right? So for me, I don't mind putting my personal stuff out there. I kind of like that idea because it is stuff that I enjoy. And my thoughts on this generally is, and I think probably is a good way to think about it, is whatever you put out is probably what you'll attract back, as far as if a client wants to hire you for something. So, do I wanna make, like, w the stuff that I'm making for myself for other people? I don't know if that's exactly what I'm aiming for when I put that stuff out there. It's more just sharing a little sliver of me, um, but is that's not off the table for sure. So, my thought of it is, it's an idea of a way to show what I'm doing, and then have a way to teach people or show people how I did it, and have that be somehow something that I can, make money off of in some capacity, being like an online course or workshop, or tutorials that, you get a YouTube channel monetized, for example, doing tutorials, something like that is definitely something I'd be, probably more what I'm thinking about with that kind of the personal work that I put out. Now I put out photography, which I put all my putting that kind of all in my, personal work category right now. I'm not really doing photography for clients at this moment. So that would be something like, okay, if someone sees something of my photography and that appeals to them and they wanna hire me to do that, that's more w what I would expect that. So my content creation as far as, like, vlogging and just the other creative things, like doing with AI and stuff, that's not necessarily trying to attract clients, whereas, like, my photography, I wouldn't mind that. So I guess we can kind of all do a little bit of everything in that and, see how it goes. So, I hope some people are watching. It looks like some people are watching. I hope you do say hi in the chat. I'd love to see what people have to say, about any of this. Um, and, uh, okay. The other, place this all went with the creating, personal work is experimentation. So you can kind of try new things without the pressure of feeling like you have to fulfill something for a client. And I love that idea, and I love the idea of focusing on what I like to create, putting that ahead of everything else. That's not, um, possible, financially all the time, of course, but, it's definitely more fulfilling when you kind of set aside time, I guess, for that. And, I need to do that more. I don't. So this week, I put out 2 things that I would consider in that category, and I shared them on the space, but I can share them again here, where I created um, home movie style video of my vacation, and I really liked that idea for a vlog, instead of just a typical vlog, so, I really enjoyed doing that. That was really fun. And then the other one was an AI generated song and music video to go with it, which was very personal. So these 2 things stood out to me as being, like, just for me or maybe just me and maybe a couple friends. The video home movie would be more for just me and my friends. Like, originally, that would be just the intention of that, but I wanted to share that. So I made it in a way that it could be consumable for other people if they are interested in that kind of thing. It's very, like, relaxed, it's just easy, kinda can zone out, you don't have to, do any really deep thinking to enjoy it. You can kind of just go along for the ride and enjoy the day with me, which is what I was trying to with the intention of that. So that's just my thoughts on personal work, and I hope that, if you're not doing that, you kind of think about it a little bit more. For me, it's not something that I'm doing every day. I am, in a way, like, physically working on my stuff, like my end of the business I want to build, but I separate that from, like, the artistic, endeavors that are strictly personal. So, um, setting aside time for that, I probably once a week is a good goal, I think. So I'm gonna try and do that. I have a lot of stuff, like, in the backlog that I need to get to and, chip away at. Stuff that's, like, half finished or finished and then put out there or, haven't even started yet. And then stuff from the archives too that I'd love to dig into. So this is all stuff that it's like just gonna chip away at it, and then as you're doing that, new stuff comes in. So, I don't know, it's probably an endless stream of content for me anyway. I'm sure other people can relate to that as well. Alrighty, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about today was to encourage focusing on maybe a piece of personal work, and if you want a goal, I would say do one a week or at least shoot for that or a couple a month or something like that and put it out there. And you don't even have to put it out there too. If you wanna just do it for yourself, do it for yourself. But I'm trying to think of ways to create almost portfolio pieces, if I can say that. So, like, you have you think of a traditional portfolio of work, you have, like, client work might be an examples in that portfolio, your best client work, and then maybe other projects that were, maybe not for clients, but they were actual projects done, and then there's personal work that, would be another category for the portfolio. So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm creating this stuff, like other things that I could show that are just showing off my skill set and, my interests and just, like, the personal side of me, and putting that in there in that pile and having that on my website as well, just to tie in, to add it all together, because no one's gonna read my about me, about all my interests and all that stuff I've done. I don't think anyone besides the first time I read it or last time I read it has read it since. So the the idea of sprinkling in your personal work into your portfolio presentation, I think is a great way to show people who you are, instead of just telling them, because they probably won't remember or they'll never read your bio. So there's 2 reasons for that, and just the way it works. So, um, yeah. How's everyone tonight? Is there anyone here wanna say hi and just let me know how you're doing? If, if not, it's okay. Okay. It's good to see whoever here is here showing up. Now, if you are, like, making things to sell, I wanna switch gears to something like the idea of selling something. So you're selling a physical product or you're selling a course, a digital product, and, or you're selling, um, a template. We can think of digital products, or you're selling a service, your time, a consultation, a coaching session. You're selling a workshop presentation that's in person or online. Like, there's all these versions of this, and you can think, "Okay, how does that tie into my personal work?" Well, you can try and find a way to tie that all in together so it makes sense when showcasing what you're doing in your spare time or what's meaningful to you and your personal project, and somehow tie that into what you're selling as well. So you can think of it that way as another way to reach your audience or your potential customers and clients. For example, if you like creating the AI music video is a great example because it's such a new skill, and a new tools, you know, um, and not many people have experimented with it, and they might be intimidated by that. But putting out your own and then attaching that to, like, a course, working on how to do it with a step-by-step guide or, like, a PDF that you can either give away or, free, or charge for, or something like that, so that now you have that personal work that you have, and then attaching to that something that you can offer your audience, and it's always an offer, right? You don't wanna think about it as I'm selling to them, you're offering them something. So you're giving them the opportunity to accept that offer. So commonly called a call to action, and that's a very salesy term, so it can be a little bit, intimidating for people to think of it that way, so I like to call it an offer. So I'm offering you the opportunity if you want, if you enjoyed this video, you can go to my website and get this PDF download. It's free, or you can say, if you go to Gumroad, this digital download is free, but if you enjoyed what I do and you find this useful, please donate. So you can ask for donations or something like that. That's more your style. Or you can create a course and say, here's how I did it, complete outlined in the course, and attach a value to that so that you can make money and it's an offer. You're not selling anything. People are seeing what you're doing, what you're creating, what you're making, and then now you're offering them the opportunity to do that as well, or learn from you, or just get your skills. And so that's how you can take personal work and turn it into something that is something that you can, make money with without it being, sleazy or salesy and stuff. So that's just some ideas. And we have Alex Utopia. Good to see you. He's doing good, relaxing, listening. Thanks for joining. It's always good to see you. I know probably I like these evening live streams because it's like kind of my wind down time for me, and I've kind of gone through everything that I had to do for the day, and then like, okay, good way to end the night. Just think about these things a little bit more. Talk to some friends who are watching, and uh, have a nice relaxing evening. So if anyone has any thoughts or questions on that, drop those in the chat and I can talk about it more. But I think that if we focus a little bit of our attention on things that we personally enjoy and put more of that out, we can hopefully establish ourselves in a category or brand or niche or whatever that is something we enjoy doing and then make money with it. Oh, that'd be fun. Wouldn't that be just so fun to make money, wouldn't it? Let me know what that's like. I'm curious. Yeah, but it's all baby steps. And the most effective thing for me was actually, um, reaching out to a place locally that I could host a workshop at in person. That was the most effective for me. So don't take that off the table either if you're looking to, put your skills out to people, because you can still do an online course or online, materials or, online, ebooks or whatever, PDFs, course, communities, all that stuff. But the idea of reaching out to your local area and finding a way to connect there and, ha that they're always looking for that. Like, there's always spaces that are looking for that kind of thing, so you can reach out and have an opportunity to, make money, and then that builds up the community as well, whatever you're building. Because you can bring those people with you. You can bring them online because everyone's online now. So if you find them in real life, you can bring them online, and it usually works out pretty well. All right, I'm gonna take a sip here of water. Yeah, this is fun. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't did I write it down? Ah, yes, there was, and I did write it. I'm so smart. Uh, so the next thing I was gonna talk about was my social media workshop that I do on Sundays. So again, anyone can ask me questions in the chat, and I'll just answer those. This is just what I talk about when no one's asking anything. The um, so the Sunday social media workshops that I do every week, uh, I assign like a goal for the week. And last week's goal for the week was to rewrite, fix, tweak, improve, or start over writing a social media bio. I haven't done that yet, and that was on my list to do. So I thought it'd be fun to just like talk about that a little bit more and think of ways to improve the bio because th- I had this all outlined and I did it perfectly on Sunday. So I wonder, it was what you do. I remember it. What you do, who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and a call to action. I remembered it. Who you are, I'm writing it down, um, what you do, who you do it for, and a call to action. Okay. So who you are. So who you are is your name, right? So if that's your name in your profile, perfect, you're good there. If you don't use your name in your profile, it doesn't necessarily have to be your full name like me, but you could just be your first name, anything to introduce yourself. So if your bio is more of an anonymous name, random characters, emojis, that kind of thing, you might want to think about putting your actual first name in your bio so people can know what to call you. So my name is fill in the blank, right? My name is Kate. So that would be your opening line or "Hi, I'm Kate," something like that. You don't necessarily have to have a greeting, but that's just how I do. But, so if your name's not in your bio or your profile, put your name in there, your first name, if you're not comfortable putting your whole name or an alias name or something, what people should call you. And then so that's who you are, and then what you do. What do you Why are you here? What do you do? Are you posting memes? Are you talking about technology? Are you reviewing products? Are you like me, I'm a website designer and photographer, so I put that in there. That's what I do. Um, I could expand on that and talk more about what I actually post about. Um, I get into a lot of detail, but I think that kind of sums it up what I do. And I could put in like a spaces host, so that's something I've been doing a lot more lately. So I could add that. I could put live streamer if I wanted. I don't know. I don't know. That could be something I add. Oh, Rich is in Rich is here. You're late, but glad you made it. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Where did I go? Uh, yeah, what you do. Put what you do in your bio. What do you do? And then you wanna put who it's for. So, what I do is yeah, better be on time next time, Rich, yeah. That's true, better I'm just reading the chat, it's funny. Um, so what you do, mine is I'm a website designer for content creators, makers, and artists. That's what I do and who I do it for, right? So I'm addressing who what I do is for, and that's helpful for when people go to your bio. And I'm not necessarily, like, concerned about people who don't fall in that category. We can still get along, we can still be friends, you can still enjoy my content, and that's cool. But I do this for these people, so if you're one of those people and you read that, you have that knowledge now instantly about me, and you can take that and put it in the back of your mind or just have that knowledge of me for whenever you need it, or if you wanna touch base about it, we will touch base about it, So that makes it very easy for people to comprehend. Okay, so what you do and who you do it for. Um, and then, I think putting in a little element of humor, if that's, your vibe is always a good thing too. So for mine, I'm not saying my bio is the best. I am going to rewrite it. So you can't look at mine and don't use that as like a template or anything like that. But, so for me, I put in, that I'm a professional leaf peeper, which is a little bit of a joke, a little tongue in cheek on that. It's kind of true because fall foliage is something that I am very excited about. It's something that I do every year in my area. It's very beautiful. So I'm out there with my camera every day, and I'm documenting and updating and letting everyone know what's going on, where to see the best fall colors in my area. So it's just something I love to do. I always do it, and I post a lot about it, and so that stuff does get picked up by the media frequently to, showcase 'cause, yeah, I just posting this stuff on X that is potentially newsworthy is a very good idea. They do tend to pick up stuff off of X more than anywhere else. I haven't, um posted on, Instagram in that capacity, so I don't know, that might be a way to tag people and, tag places that would pick up this stuff, but I think most of them do use X as a resource to pick up the most latest timely, um, things that could be relevant for news, so fall foliage is a weather event, so the weather channels like to pick it up, and then, of course, just this human interest, beautiful, scenes of foliage of human interest, general interest, so they tend to get picked up during the fall time. So that's why I say I'm professional leaf peeper because it does get picked up by the media outlets, which is fun. So it's a little bit of a sense of humor in there, but, it that is based on something, it's not completely made up. So you can think about ways to kind of just put in a little bit of element of humor to reach those people and connect with them that way, if that is your vibe, okay? And then the last part is, the call to action. So it's good to have in your bio, like, just like I said earlier, an offer, an invitation to do something else, an invitation to connect, offer to learn more, a way to buy something from you, a way to join your email list, a call to action. So, what could I do next? If I read this bio and I knew we connected. You could even say, "Follow me." You could even say, "Turn on notifications." That's a call for action. You could say, um, "Send me a DM if this." There's someone with a dog outside my window just yapping, like, it's so annoying. Oh, okay, this I like. You think of you have to think of a real crazy name for your followers. Oh my god, dude. No, 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 no. So we have a couple good ideas. Look at me, I'm, like, so red right now. So embarrassing. Okay, we have a couple ideas. This is so funny. I have, like, 2 or 3 people that will that are would be cringy followers or a cringy name for my followers. Is that like, what's the minimum? Anyway, so here we go. Eats mates, that's one. So we'll run a poll and it'll get 3 votes. That's funny. I like that. I like a nice rhyme. And then then the blighters is the the second one. And if anyone knows the meaning of the word blight, that's funny. That is funny. Oh my gosh, this is such a funny idea. And then Kate Nados, Kate Nados. Alright, you it's basically just you, Christopher and Rich, so you 2 can come to a decision on that. As the host, I have to, abstain, but oh my god, it was so funny. I've had the giggles today. There's some funny shit that's happened today. Excuse me for swearing. So I'm just primed to just laugh hysterically. Um, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay, so this is getting a little aggressive now. You're contractually obliged to call us whatever you choose every episode. No, I you can't decide. I can't decide. I can't decide because it's like n nicknaming yourself. You can't give yourself a nickname, it has to come organically from the outside. So maybe it's not time, but you guys can, workshop it, come back. Next one. Um, funny. Okay. If anyone, like yeah, the organics. There has to be, there has to be an underlying meaning. Like, I like the blighters because that it's like 'cause it's kind of dark, it's a dark undertone, but, but other than that, I don't think it's a good one, but yeah, I like something that's like a play on words that has a double meaning. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, this is funny. This is funny. You guys are adorable. I'm telling you, you guys anyone who is watching this, you need to get on X. It's like the most fun place in the world. It's just so much fun. If you're not on there and you're watching this, please just come hang out with me on there. It's just the most fun. It's just the most fun. And I'm gonna just keep posting and streaming all the stuff that I do all over, the internet until you guys come over, and I don't have to do it anymore, right? Um, so with this the last part of the social media bio is the call to action, and if you have a website link in your bio. Most platforms allow for that, so do that. I think the only one that doesn't, for a link in bio is, TikTok right now. You have to have a certain amount of followers to get that link privileges. So my advice for TikTok is to build a following elsewhere, and then once you have enough people, you can open a TikTok, and then you're instantly have 10,000 views or whatever, and then you don't have to worry about it. I don't remember what the if it's a view count or follower count that matters for that. It's been a while. But yeah, so you wanna have a link for people to accept the offer. So for me, I've put in there, join my email list, just, um and then I forget to send you the email. Like today, I didn't send it out, but, you can join it and have the link to my website, and then when they go to my website, a pop-up comes up to join my email list. So there's no additional work for them required. It's just a click and and then, yeah, the advice is to the advice to TikTok is to leave TikTok, yeah. I haven't, um I haven't created a TikTok for me, like, I have other TikToks, and I gotta tell you, that platform rots your brain. There's something going on there. It's weird. It's weird, and yeah, yeah, I don't use it. But if I probably should do my own advice and claim the account with my name to make sure that no one else takes it, and I can do that, like, now since I just said it and someone in the stream can just do it. Um, yeah, so maybe I'll do that after the stream. Um, yeah, so those are the things for the bio, right? And I have also, I talked a little bit to on Sunday is, um, the your picture, have that make a connection somehow to people. And, like, for me, I think eye contact is good to have, and then have it be, head and shoulders shot, is probably the best, because then your face is visible and there's eye contact there, which can, I think helps. You don't have to do that, but I think that helps if you're confused about it. And this dog outside the window is, like, so annoying. You probably can't hear it. You can't hear it, but it's just barking. It's just barking. Stop barking. Why are you barking? All right. I think I just made it stop barking. Yay. Um, yeah, picture and then, what was the last part? Like you can have a banner or something? So I recommend having a banner that serves some sort of purpose. I've been known to have a banner of just a pretty picture, and that's fine, but it's not serving really any purpose. It's just a pretty picture. Okay, so this is just too specific because it's like now it's just referencing this one, uh, live stream with this dog barking, and it probably won't happen again. So, oh my god, there's another dog now barking with the other dog. I I don't know why it annoys me so much. I don't necessarily mind dogs, I kinda like dogs. There's something about when they just bark. It's kind of like, never mind. Okay, so the banner. Oh my god, it's so distracting, so distracting. I know. I'm sorry I'm talking about the dog so much. I know you guys can't hear them, but it's so distracting for me. It pulls me I almost wish you could hear it. Um, So the social media the banner in the social media profile, I think it should have some sort of information on it. For me, I've decided to put, like, my schedule, my weekly schedule that is pretty much set in stone, and every week I do the same thing. So when I have my spaces and when I have my live streams, so that information is there as a way that people who know me, and know they want to tune into something a special time, they can just go to my profile banner and remember and find the times that they need. And I have tied that in also all to my website, so all that information for all my live streams and all my spaces that I do is on my website as well, so people can always go to my website, whatever platform they're on, they can see, I just use you can tell when I glance over to the chat, can't you? So I have my schedule on my website as well, so anyone, no matter what platform they're on, if they, want to find out what's going on, they can just go to my website and find that info. So I find that helpful. And, putting it in the banner as well, so, that information is there. I don't know if that's effective. I think it might be. There's no real way to understand if it's effective until someone tells you, "Oh, yeah, I went to your banner and I saw the time, so I knew." Like, that's the only way I'd ever know if that works or not. Um, so that is something to experiment with, you know? I guess it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt anything. Um, but I think and then or if you're promoting something like so your offer, I could put, like, in there, "Subscribe to my newsletter." You could put, uh, "Visit my website for your free digital download." Whatever you wanna put in there. I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea, and I don't know that stuff doesn't show up when in search, but your profile picture does show up, so something to think about. Alright, so we've got another I mean, we could put together a poll, but, Kate and the Gaslighters, yes, yes, you guys are the gaslighters, for sure. In the best way, in the I mean that as a compliment. Uh, and then I'm getting accused of there not being a dog. Yeah. If it's still going after the stream, I will use my phone and record it for evidence. So there's no accusations that I'm gaslighting about the dog. All right. So we talked about another great thing I'll talk about because I didn't talk about this on Sunday is the pinned post. So every platform allows you to pin posting. There's, Instagram, you can pin 3 posts to the top of your profile, then you can pin 3 reels to the top of your Reels tab. On Facebook, you can pin a post to the top of your profile. If you have a Facebook page, you can pin a lot of stuff at the top of your Facebook page. Um, and a Facebook group, you can have a pinned post at the top of the Facebook group. TikTok, you can have I think you can have 6 or something posts pinned to the top of your profile, and on X, you can have 1 pinned post, and, for me, how I use that is essentially my call to action, for whatever the next thing I need people to do is, because 'cause I'm always constantly so on X particularly, and on Facebook, we get 1 pinned post. So for that, I'm like, "This is my call to action for the next thing I'm doing. This is the immediate action you need to take." So for me right now on my X profile, if I'm just gonna look at it and make sure it's this stream is happening right now is pinned so that, if someone ends up on my profile right now while the stream is happening, they can jump in. Um, oh, and yay! Rich just pinned his first ever space. Woohoo! Awesome. So that's a perfect example, an upcoming space, I always pin that. So once this live stream is over, I'm gonna pin the next thing I'm doing. So the next thing I'm doing after this is gonna be my Sunday workshop. So that's the next post I'm going to pin. Um, and uh, the other use for pins that I use, which in between, so like I have my next live stream is on Sunday. That's the next thing I'm doing. So I'll pin that. But then, like, if I do something in between, then I might switch it out. So I'll might switch it out for a day because I made a post and I wanted to highlight it for the day, or highlight it, yeah, for everyone to find. If I'm around on X, they find me and check my profile, I kind of just showcase that. But then once that's kind of tapered off, I'll just switch it back to the next thing I'm doing. So that's like how I utilize the pin post. And then on X, we have the highlights section. So the highlights, anything you pin by default goes to the highlights, and then you can add other things as well to the highlights. So I kind of do direct people to my highlights so they can kind of filter through, because I post some like other things that aren't necessarily relevant to what my bio says. So they can find just my more like relevant, topical, my work, my portfolio essentially, of posts that would be my highlights. So that's how I use that. And edit it constantly. I add things and I take them out. So if I'm doing spaces and I have a lot of spaces in my highlights, some of that stuff, it's like, yeah, the recording could be useful for people, but I don't know if it's gonna be useful for all time, or it might just kinda get cluttered in there. So I might remove, something like a space, or I might remove a live stream, something that maybe doesn't hold its relevancy or need to be considered that like highlight portfolio section. That's on X. That's how I utilize pin posts and the highlights, but figure out what makes sense for you. So if you're not doing spaces and live streams on a regular basis, and those are kind of impromptu for you, you're kind of just like they just happen, then, highlighting your latest banger, is probably the better way to go. And whatever you want to feature that your favorite post in recent history to showcase. So I also recommend the About Me post. So the About Me post is always a good choice. So it just who a little bit more expanded. So the bio is like limited to the small amount of characters. So we use the About Me post. You put a nice picture of you, a selfie. Some people, a selfie or a picture of you somewhere, and about you, like write your story, write your narrative, and post it. And then I have one that I did a month or so ago, and it was really good. It came out really good. So occasionally, I'll just pin that back to my pinned post, so that if I'm doing something new, so maybe if um, this was a good example, and I probably should have done this. I got invited into a space and people don't know me. I'm kind of like a new person in this like little group of people that do the spaces. So what would have been helpful for me would be to have pinned my about me post in my profile while I was in that space, and just told people if they wanted to get to know me better, they could just go to my profile and read that pinned post, making it very easy for them to get to know me. So that would have been a good idea. I probably should have done that yesterday while I was doing that. So I'm thinking that would be a great way to improve that kind of thing. So if you're out networking, an about me post pinned in your profile is a fantastic idea. And then of course you can always have the call to action in there. And in the replies of that post, you can put whatever you want. Of course, you can send people to wherever you want in the replies, and they might see it, especially if it's a long post, long form post. They open it up, read it, they're going to see the replies. Yeah, so that's and Alex says, yeah, I tend to pin a repost something to the top related to the space I'm in. Yeah, that's great. And bringing people to where you are, right? So I pinned the live stream to my profile that's happening right now. So if someone stumbles upon it, they can jump right in. So that's really great for like things that you're doing. And then once it's over, I can switch it to what's next. What am I doing next? So there's some ways that you can utilize pinned posts. And the same goes for, like, on Facebook, 'cause it works about the same way on a profile. On a Facebook page, you can pin a lot more posts. And then on Instagram, how I use the pin posts, and these are my secondary platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and stuff, but I do utilize the features, and I kinda pay attention to what's going on there because I do have people from across the internet looking at my stuff, so I don't just ignore it. But on Instagram, my pinned posts that are on my main profile page, I have, like my literal business card as one of them. It's just the digital version of my business card. So people can get to know me very quickly with that. I have pinned, what else did I pin? I should, take a look. I have pinned my yeah, my work my worksheet. So, like, I'm available for remote freelance work, so I pinned that. I pinned, like, what I'm available for there. You can hire me, so here's what I do. So I pinned that there, and then I also pinned the information about my weekly Sunday workshops. So those are the 3 things, if people go to my profile, they can look at. And the Reels tab, I highlight my favorite reels as far as, like, a portfolio sense. So I do a lot of reels on there where it's more casual, being, "Hey, what I'm doing today, why don't you come to the stream?" That kinda thing, and then I also put my, like, um, movie little video things that I make. I also put those on Instagram, and those ones I typically like to pin because those are my favorite things that, I want people to see first, you know? So that's how I utilize Instagram posts. Let's see, where else? Um, I will also wanna mention while I'm talking about this, is to not sleep on, Pinterest. I'm saying the word pin more than any time I've ever said it in an hour span. But Pinterest, don't sleep on it. If you're looking to get reach, it can be very helpful. It can be very helpful. So the way Pinterest works, you have to have a graphic. It's typically a vertical, uh, by 16 dimension graphic, and you attach a link to that graphic. So you have a pin title, a description, and there's a physical link that you attach to that graphic or video. And this is very useful. This is very useful. So the few seconds it takes to do this, now you have a backlink from Pinterest to whatever content you're creating. So it's very good to do for your website, but it's also good for other things. And it can increase your reach to your content and build reputation score, I guess, call it, of whatever content you're sending those links to. So if it's your website, it's helping your website. If it's social media profile, it's helping your social media profile. If it's a specific post, it's helping that post. And I wouldn't use Pinterest, for timely things. I kinda do. I don't know why. It's not a good idea. The best way to use Pinterest is for evergreen content. So if you have a blog post on your website, for example, that's a guide or a tutorial, or you have a video on YouTube that's evergreen, or a post on X or a space, evergreen topic, meaning if someone watches it in a year, it's still gonna be relevant. They watch in 3 years, it's gonna be relevant. That's what I mean by evergreen content. So that kind of stuff is it's a very good idea to, um, utilize Pinterest for. So I'm just gonna put that out there. It's I, um, I don't use it nearly as much as I should, but you can get good reach. And it's a very female-dominated platform. Something like 85% of the users are female. So if that's an audience you're trying to reach, it's a very good place to spend some time, right? And, and I mean, like, if you're audience, if you're putting out content that females might be interested in as a demographic. That's a place you should be. So when I was a wedding photographer, I spent a lot of time on Pinterest, a lot of time on Pinterest. And my wedding photography did very well on Pinterest. It did a lot for me. So it's very valuable for the right niches. We have a new submission for the name, the the Everblies, Everblies. Oh, you too. Good luck. Good luck with this one. Just wait till we get to you guys, like, you know, but we'll see. You're doing spaces now, but you'll eventually get to live streaming, and then wait till I'm in your chat. Just wait till I'm in your chat. Alright, so I think this was a fun live stream. Yeah, Christopher, if you do a live stream, you know I'm in there. You know that will be fun. That will be a day for me. I'll take the whole day off, whatever it is, whenever it is. Prepare. Um, prepare my tro Oh, my dormant troll has been dormant for so long. That will be fun. That will be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, so I think that's a pretty good stream. If you missed the song at the beginning, I had my countdown timer at the very beginning, and a new song, new AI generated song. You know, I went for uh, I really wanted like a new wave 80s rock feel to it. I think it came out pretty good. It's cool, and I have to break down the lyrics a little bit. There were some misinterpretations, so I'll get to it, but it's fun if you wanna hear it. You just once the stream's over, you can go back to the beginning and watch. I liked it. I didn't write the lyrics. I, did use AI to generate the lyrics, but I fed it what I wanted out of it. That was fun for me, and if anyone wants to know how to, generate AI music and, put it in their intro, so I'm using StreamYard. I could do a little ad. Let me do a little ad. So I use StreamYard to do these live streams, and if you use my referral code, you get a $10 credit off of any paid subscription. So you can screenshot this if you want or use the QR code, and also the link will be below wherever you're watching this. So on YouTube, it's in the description, on X, it's in the replies, and, Facebook, it should be in the event somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it ends up on Facebook, but it's there. It's there somewhere. And if you use my link, you get 10 bucks off your paid subscription if you upgrade, to try it out, and so I highly recommend that. And I put out a video, last week, so 2 weeks ago, about how to add countdown timer, and I have a template for you and everything. So that video is on YouTube. Probably the easiest way to find it is on my YouTube channel. You just search Cate Bligh, I'll pop right up and you can find it. It's, how to add a countdown timer to StreamYard. That's what the thumbnail says. It's very clearly written there, and you should be able to find it pretty quickly, if that's something you're interested in. So I walk through the process of creating the countdown timer, and I give you a free template to do that, and then I walk through the process of creating the song. I'm pretty sure I did that. I don't know, I don't remember now, but I create the song, and add it to the countdown timer too, so you can do the same thing if you want if you wanna copy me. So you should check that out. Well, you might need to turn up the volume. All right. Thanks everybody for joining today. It's been so much fun. Wonderful seeing my crew in the chat. We still haven't decided on a name. I'm sure that will work itself out. I'm not going to try and force that. I know better. And Wonderful to see you all. Have a wonderful night. Have a and I'll see you on Sunday. Make sure you RSVP for Sunday, 7 p.m. live stream. I'm gonna get into the topic of optimizing your life online. We're gonna talk about how to optimize life online, and then following the live stream is After Space, which is a fun conversation space. Anyone's welcome to join. Last week was really good. Last week was really good one. It just we went all over the place. There's some really interesting people in there. Had an awesome discussion. It can go any direction. So I highly recommend RSVPing to that. So wherever you're watching this, the replies will have the links to RSVP for that stuff and that calendar and all that good stuff. So hope to see you there on Sunday. Thanks so much for hanging out and have a great night, everybody. Bye.